So in this video I actually got 40k views and it's all organic. I didn't promote it, I didn't advertise it anywhere, and it has almost 700 likes. Wow. So I'm gonna go from top to the bottom, from the last question I've been actually asked 6 hours ago to the first question. I'm gonna respond to them. So the first comment is for my first two tattoos. The artist used liquid bandage spray and it sucked. Got loads of scars and the color vanished on so many spots. A few days ago I found new artists who use second skin, and it's crazy how much better the healing process has been so far. No itching, no infection, super fast healing. Yeah, we used actually liquid bandage spray when it first came out, and we had an issue with that. And one artist at a shop, he has a really big name. He used it on 2 clients, and then the clients came 2 or 3 days ago with infection, so we stopped using it. I still, by this day, I prefer traditional aftercare, even though second skin, because some people have infection, but the second skin Saniderm is so much easier. But thanks for your comment. How do you remove the sticky residue left behind? You can actually remove it with alcohol. If tattoo is completely healed, if you have regular alcohol, you can spray it on a paper towel and you can try to remove it like that. Or just put some coconut oil. It'll probably get rubbed off in a few showers, but some brands, they do have bad glue, and it's better to use the best brands available as possible, because some brands, the glue gets stuck to the skin and it can be left there for a couple days, and some brands do left the scars. So just make sure your artist uses the best brands available and they buy it in United States, because stuff they bought from China, from some European countries that don't have regulations, you can literally get messed up with that. Another comment. So I've had the Saniderm wrap for about 2 days now. Can I take it off now and clean and reapply the new wrap? I have minimal blood and ink build up underneath, but I wear gloves at work and I don't want the gloves rubbing on my new tattoo. What should I do? And if yes, how long do I have to leave the second Saniderm wrap on? And should I moisturize before applying the Saniderm wrap? If you have a wrap on for 2 days, just keep it on for another 4 or 3 days. No, actually, keep it on for another 2 or 3 days. In total, it should be 4 or 5 days. Some people say 6, but I think 5 days is about the span for your skin to heal. So if you take the wrap after 2 days, your tattoo has already started healing. So you can pull the layer of your skin or the layer of the ink off. So you're just damaging you're damaging the layer that is created and putting a new second skin, so it's too much damage. I prefer, if people don't have much build up, keep it on. Don't reapply a new one, or reapply next day. Like, the next day is the best to do, and if there's a lot of build up, is the best to follow up with. But if it's been 2 days and it's on, it's not rubbing off anywhere, just keep it on. If my second skin falls off after 4 days, do I clean, moisturize, and reapply a new second skin? It would not fall off by itself. Sometimes, yeah, after you wear it for a while, it gets rubbed off on the edges and stuff. I prefer to cut little edges, like corners, so it has more grip, because if the corner is pointy, it's easier for it to get like rubbed off against something. But after 4 days, you take it off, and then you put the lotion for a dry skin twice a day. You wash a tattoo and then you put a lotion. You don't have to reapply anything. And I feel like second skin sometimes is not comfortable to wear, so I prefer you wear it 4 days and then take it off, and that's it. Your tattoo should be mostly healed. You just have to moisturize it twice a day and put a sunblock, and that's pretty much it. I just can't get rid of the glue residue after pulling it off after 4 days. It's so annoying. I'm sticking to everything, LOL. Well, try to use some alcohol wipes if the tattoo is completely healed. If tattoo is still healing, don't do anything crazy to a tattoo. Don't try to rub it with alcohol, you're gonna irritate the skin. But if tattoo is completely healed, good soap or little like alcohol wipes, you can try to get rid of that glue. That should work. If it doesn't work, if somebody has a solution, write in the comments. But I think alcohol or good bar soap should take it off. So I just got my tattoo. My artist told me to take off the plastic from my arm in 8 hours. from when I got it. What should I do after? So if your tattoo got covered with the plastic, you take it off and you follow traditional aftercare steps. You take it off, you wash the tattoo, soap and water, make sure you wash all the plasma off, and then put whatever cream they gave you. I prefer lotion for dry skin, something Aveeno or Lubriderm, twice a day, and that's it for about a week. If you do have a piece of second skin, after 8 hours, you can take off the plastic, or it could be after 2 hours. You can wash the tattoo really well, air dry it for 20 minutes, and then put the second skin and keep it on for 4 days or 5 days, whatever works for you. That's the best. What about sweating? Well, sweating is okay. We all sweat in the summer. So if the sweat is trapped underneath, it's totally fine, unless your tattoo start having a bad smell. It can be like the bacteria trapped under, you have to remove it. But if you're sweating, it's completely fine. The plastic has pores and it should dry. So if you're wearing it, it should dry underneath for a couple days. But if something bothers you, I would prefer if you remove it and then reapply a new one, or just follow the traditional aftercare steps. Another comment says, is he stoned? No, I'm not stoned. I'm sorry, but English is not my first language, so I had to pause a lot. And I try to be as relevant as quick as possible, but sometimes maybe I sound stoned. I don't know, but nope. The most helpful video, thank you so much. You're welcome. I try to be relevant and I try to help people so they have the best aftercare available on internet. If sweat gets underneath, is it safe from infection? It's been so hot lately. As soon as I step outside, I start sweating. It should be safe as long as your artist followed all the sanitary stuff. But sometimes we do have bacteria gets trapped underneath. And if tattoo feels funny, if it smells weird, or if something is like itchy underneath or uncomfortable, please remove it. Wash it, air dry, and then a little bit of lotion. Don't put crazy thick layers, just a little bit of lotion. Twice a day, 3 times a day, whenever it feels like the skin is dry. But if you feel something is wrong, take it off. Don't keep the second skin on. Hello, I got my tattoo yesterday and the Saniderm was applied once tattoo completed. I'm seeing some people are leaving it for 24 hours before applying a second Saniderm. My artist just advised me to leave it for 3 days before removing. Is that okay? Yes, it is totally okay. That's my first thing for people that don't have another piece. You keep it for 3-4 days. That's very important. You keep it on, you remove it, and then don't reapply anything. You just put lotion, and that's it, and your tattoo should be healed. I'm on day 1. My artist said leave a second skin for 4 or 5 days, then take it off, and then apply moisturizer 2-3 times a day. Is that good? Yes, it's perfect. That's what I recommend everybody. It's the perfect aftercare, and it should work. Let's say I get a fresh tattoo in Colombia and apply second skin 24 hours. Once I take it off and clean blood and plasma and apply a fresh layer, can I technically go swimming in an ocean or a pool? Doesn't the fake skin stop bacteria from going in? I want to know the probabilities, the risk significantly lower because of Saniderm? I responded to the guy, no, you don't go swimming, you'll mess it up, but yes, the risk is over. The guy goes, would it mess it up because of other reasons, or it's because of low probability of the second skin letting bacteria inside? I said, well, does bandages have pores so they can breathe, so the water and bacteria can get inside if you go swimming? You cannot swim for 5 days. He responded, I got tattooed in Colombia for a fraction of the price, but cannot go swim in the ocean with baddies. Sounds like a scam. Thanks for replying, I appreciate it. Well, it's your tattoo. If you want to have a messed up tattoo, go swim with the baddies. And you'll have to touch it up, I guess. After 4 or 5 days of using Saniderm, should I use a tattoo cream like Hustle Butter, or just stick with Aveeno unscented lotion? Hustle Butter is amazing. It's an amazing brand. It's been on the market for a long time. Since I moved to United States, about a year after they did the brand, and they were coming to every shop and giving it to try. It smells amazing. I love it. Yes, you can use it. It's perfect. I just recommend Avena Unscented Lotion or Ohana Organics because it's the brands that I use and most of my clients use and have great results. But there's a lot of brands like H2 Ocean, Hustle Butter that works the same. They're amazing, they're organic, they don't have any crazy products inside. You can use it and you'll have great results. So after you take the film off, should it be healed enough to protect from infection? Because I work at a hospital and I'm worried about the next few weeks, if not months. I'm on a day 3 and tomorrow I get 4 days off. So I'll peel it off, let it breathe for 4 days before going back to work. Any advice? You shouldn't catch anything, and tattoos should be mostly healed in 4 or 5 days. So if you were second skin for 4 days, you take it off, your tattoo should be safe. Even if it's still peeling, your top layer of the skin that goes into your bloodstream should be all healed, and the skin should be peeling like a sunburn. So you don't have to take 4 days off and you can go back to work. It should be safe. I had saran wrap when I got tattooed on my day 1. Am I good to add Saniderm? And do I put Saniderm or should I put the ointment before I apply it to the dry skin? You cannot put the ointment on the skin after you take the plastic wrap, because if you put the ointment, the Saniderm is not going to stick to the skin. The skin should be dry and the tattoo should be washed, no plasma, no particles on it. If you put something greasy on the skin, the Saniderm has medical layer that is a glue that sticks to the skin. If the tattoo is greasy, you try to apply, it's not going to stick and it's going to come off. So don't put any ointment. If your artists, when they work, they put enough ointment or vitamins like A and D, whatever they use during the process, so your skin should be moisturized enough. So when you take the plastic off, you wash a tattoo well, you dry it with a towel, you let it air dry for 20 minutes, and then you put the second skin, Saniderm, whatever you have, on the dry skin and let it be for 4 days. That's the best advice. Dial Gold has fragrance though. Well, it does. The fragrance sometimes is bad. Just make sure there's no scrubby particles in your soap when you're washing it. So I prefer bar soap, just regular bar soap, whatever you can get, or something like Dr. Bronner's. Don't go crazy running around looking for like a perfect soap. It doesn't exist. Just any soap that is not fancy and doesn't have any crazy stuff like alcohol or scrubby parts inside will work. So you can wash a tattoo with that. I had mine for 4 days, just took it off to clean. Do I need to just moisturize it with Lubriderm from now on if it's still peeling? Yes, you take it off, you wash it and moisturize it as much as you want. If your skin feels dry, you moisturize it, but don't put crazy thick layer like you see sometimes on the beach. People put those like white layers of sunblock. No, you put a little bit, a tiny bit, just to moisturize your skin. It shouldn't be visible from outside. It shouldn't be visible that there's something on the skin. You just put a little bit, melt it in fingers, rub it on top of a tattoo, and that's it. And do it as many times as you want. If your skin feels dry, you reapply it. It can be every 3 hours, it can be twice a day, it depends on your skin. Some people have greasy skin, some people have dry skin. If your skin feels dry, you put the lotion. I got my small tattoo on Saturday and Saniderm was applied. Kept it the following Wednesday, 4 days. All oozing was done and the tattoo is nice and flush against the skin. No tenderness, so each is healing nicely and it started to flake as expected. I lap swim and applied Saniderm and got in the pool day 9. At the end of the hour, I noticed the Saniderm was halfway off. I cleaned, lightly applied A&D ointment. Should I be concerned the Saniderm came off in the pool? Like I said, 9 days is my tattoo and it's completely dried and started to flake. Well, after 5 days, you don't have to reapply second skin. If tattoo is mostly healed and is still peeling, you can go swimming in a pool or in the ocean. There's no problem. Actually, the water will help to take all the little parts that are left for it to come off. So your skin will get rid of that in the water. But if there is big chunks or something is still healing and you feel like it's a scab, don't go in the water. But In 9 days, I tell everybody, even like sometimes 7 days or 9, 10 days, you can go swimming. There's no problem with it. And it can actually help a little bit with the healing. You can take the top layer of the flaky skin off and then you apply the lotion and it's perfect. I was told 7 days and have no problem with it. Yes, some people say 6 days, 7 days. There is a span of your skin to grow a new layer and it's 5 days. I just feel like wearing something on the skin for that long is mad uncomfortable. For me personally, I have sensitive skin, so I tell people 4 or 5 days, but if somebody told you 7 days it worked for you, perfect. I am not telling everybody, hey, follow these steps and it'll be great. Follow what your artist tells you and it'll be great. But here's just my advice based on my experience. Is it okay to swim with the Tegaderm after a week, after the tattoo is done? It depends what kind of tattoo. Sometimes if tattoo is still healing, no, please let it heal completely and then you go swimming. But if tattoo is small, you take a second skin off and most of the skin is peeled off. There's still a couple chunks, like feels like you've been sunburned and skin is a little bit like peelings, stuff like that. Yes, you can go swimming. Why does Aquaphor get thumbs down? My artist recommended it. You can use Aquaphor, there's nothing bad about it. The Aquaphor is very greasy petroleum cream. And for my many years, I've seen people apply a thick layer that actually forces that tattoo to heal faster. Sometimes tattoo doesn't get the same ink retention. If you put too much Aquaphor, it'll force the skin to heal in 2-3 days. And sometimes it just creates like a sweat between the layer of Aquaphor and a tattoo. So yeah, the Aquaphor, if it works for you, and you put a very thin layer, your tattoo will heal perfect. I just don't recommend it because some people don't follow the instructions. And sometimes, most of the time in my experience, like in 80% times, they get messed up. So I prefer people to use something less greasy, and it gets better results. But if your artist recommended Aquaphor, yeah, make sure you put a very, very thin layer, almost not visible to the skin, and the tattoo should heal perfect. Do I have to wash the tattoo 24 hours later if I do have plasma buildup, or I can just leave it? You can leave it. If it's okay with you, it doesn't bother you, let it be. It'll dry within 48 hours. And then you wouldn't have the plasma there, you just have like a little dry chunk of whatever ink underneath, and it should be fine. But if it's too much and it's leaking, you can either poke a little hole and put paper towel against the thing and then just dry it with a paper towel pushing on it, or just leave it be and it'll be fine. But if it's too much, I would recommend to remove it and reapply a new layer a day later. That's the best and the best results that I've seen. If plasma and ink are leaking out, are no germs and bacteria coming in. We carry germs and bacteria all the time in our bodies, and they're all over the place. Nothing is sterile. The moment the air gets into something, like we have sterile needles that are gas sterilized as tattoo supplies, the moment you open the package and the air gets in, you get bacteria there. So if your immune system is compromised and if you have some health issues, yes, you can have issues with the tattoo. But our body always fighting the bacteria, so we cannot avoid it. But if your immune system is fine, tattoo will heal fine. If your immune system has issues and compromised, you might have some issues with the healing because bacteria is everywhere. But it shouldn't be anything bad, because if the artist followed all the setup and bloodborne pathogens and precautions when they set up and clean all this stuff, you just get minimum bacteria that you get in contact every day. But if something is not clean, then you might have an issue. So if the ink is leaking and bacteria is getting in, you shouldn't have any issues. You go in a subway, you touch stuff around every day and you get exposed to it. And if you're healthy enough, then tattoo shouldn't have any issues. Gotta visit the shop, but yeah, Tegaderm has been essential for me. I'm glad. Come visit anytime. We're open 7 days a week. Damn, I was told 3-5 days with second skin, coconut oil 3 times a day, cleaning 2 days, 2 times a day for 2 weeks. Well, it's perfect. I recommend people that too. It's almost the same as I say. The only thing I say 4 or 5 days, and then I recommend a vino and scented lotion. But some people, even in my shop, they recommend coconut oil. I think it works perfect. So I won't be using Aquaphor anymore. You can, but there's better stuff. I think some stuff like Hustle Butter or Ohana Organics, or even like just go a vino and scented lotion in any store or pharmacy, I think will work the best. Amazing info, super reliable, thanks. You're welcome. I think that's it with the questions. If you have more questions, please write me in comments. I'll try to follow up with another video, but yeah, and make sure to follow the shop on Instagram. It's First Class NYC, and we're located in New York City, 52 Canal Street.